Hello, beautiful souls. Man, what a shift we have encountered. What's weird is that I've noticed people are either talking about there being an amazing in the positive shift or the opposite. But I want to talk a little bit about what I've been noticing for myself. So yesterday I was out on a long drive. And as I'm driving, I'm noticing tons of synchronicities. For example, like as I'm driving by a sign, and one in particular that I was driving by this garden, that was something garden, and on the radio, I don't know, I think I was listening to Sirius Coffee House or something. Anyway, on the radio at the exact same time as I was driving by, garden is part of the song that I'm listening to at the same time that I'm reading the sign. That happened several times. It wasn't just the once. River, is in the song as I'm crossing the Nooksack. It's like the Nooksack River. And I'm reading river as it's coming over. And I'm like, and then something about a bird. And of course, there's a bird like right there, right when I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Are you guys noticing these? I'm used to synchronicities happening. Like, that's not unusual. That was different. That was like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, Nelly. How is it possible that what I'm seeing and what just so happens to be playing on the radio at this very moment is the same? Can you say divine orchestration? How about being in the perfect place at the perfect time? Unbelievable. I tell you what, I've had a very quiet last couple days, other than driving all over. But I will say that it's been very weird. I like expecting the radio to come on and the word weird. Do you know what? It's like, whoa. It's been cool and groovy. But I will say that this has come after a week of intense challenges. Without giving a lot of information, we'll just say it has to do with parenting. So it has to do with my kids and all of this crazy stuff that is going on with them. Crazy yet also connected in an odd way. So what I've noticed and what I just have been relying on my intuition. Noticing if I get really activated, emotionally triggered, right? To just do whatever it takes to calm myself down before reacting. And I do believe that is having and making a huge difference in my life. Like any patterns or any automaticity or any things that I used to do by taking a deep breath and centering, I found that I'm able to make really different decisions than I might have normally. Like really, they're decisions that don't have anything to do with programming or conditioning. They might even be considered selfish. in the eyes of those conditioned and those that are conditioned, programmed and conditioned. Like, I am not feeling that anymore. I'm noticing it, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. We have been programmed to martyr ourselves as parents. And I understand, but at some point, these kids have got to be taught and guided to be making their own decisions. And sometimes dealing with the consequences of these actions. So in noticing my parenting and maybe even my lack of parenting, my lack of good parenting when they were younger, what did I do when they were younger to really get them to see the importance of taking personal accountability, personal responsibility for their decisions? How can we do that as parents? It feels really important right now that we are all taking personal accountability for our actions, even when we mess up. That was a lot of my conversations last week with my kids, is like, we all mess up. We all make mistakes, or what feels like a mistake, like an embarrassment, like I'm ashamed. And here's the thing, we all do it. Own it. Own it and turn it into the learning. All right, so I did this, and this is what I've learned from it. So instead of just sitting in the shame and the embarrassment, actually figure out, well, if anything like this happens again, then what? Then what am I going to do? Because when I'm on automatic pilot, this is what I did before. That's not going to work, because I'm choosing to grow. I'm choosing to do things differently. I'm choosing, no matter how uncomfortable it is, to take personal responsibility for how I'm moving in the world. And the other thing about that, which doesn't have to do with parenting, is just in general that I really believe, like, moving forward, we're going to need to be paying very close attention to how we are moving in the world. Pay close attention when you're driving. All of the different things where we know, yeah, I should do that. And where you might be noticing that you're not, like, you're falling into bad habits, answering your phone while you're driving, texting while you're driving. You know, Sometimes, I know for me, I was getting caught up in listening to some thing, podcast, and I was like, wait, I need to pay attention to actually what I'm doing. I don't have the Tesla where I can just push the button and have it drive me there as long as my eyes are on the road. So that means I really do need to be paying attention to what I'm doing, because in each moment we are making choices. We need to stop looking at it like we're just going through the motions. No, we're making choices. And this synchronicity, though, man, whoa. And I mean, just in general, my knowing is much expanded. Like, I just know stuff, like when I'm talking to somebody. And I've always known things, but now like when I'm in a conversation with somebody, I'm like, I'll say something. Like, I just know the randomest shit. Like I was talking to somebody and I was like, well, yeah, but you can't get into Canada because you had a DWI. Right? Yeah, they did. I did not know that. But I did know that. So I don't know how. I know, but I know and I'm grateful. And it's getting turned way up, which is good. It's good as long as the people that I'm talking to are honest. That's when it gets a little dicey because I am to this point of trusting my intuition. Certain in it, even. And I often have been wondering lately if people are just lying to themselves about themselves. So, personal accountability, personal responsibility. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the world about who you are. Stop playing some game because you're supposed to be this or you're supposed to be that. Just do what you want to do. One of the things that I know for me, I am the same. Whether I'm with my mom or my kids or my friends or my clients, I'm the same. I say the same kind of things. I act the same. Whether I choose to have a beverage, alcoholic beverage, same. It's like nothing is, I am authentic. It's good. It's good. It's so good, in fact, that spending time with people that aren't is just not even. It's hard. It's hard right now. Maybe I'll be able to wrap my head around it moving forward, but it's the same kind of thing. Like for me, like the people that went through the whole pandemic and didn't take the jab. People that did cannot understand what we went through. The persecution on so many different levels. I have a feeling we're going to be doing a very similar thing moving forward. But when you stand up in your authenticity and I mean, it's brave at first. And then it's weird. It requires this real big courage at first. And then after that, it's like, meh. What is that? I am what I am. It's a Popeye song. And if you like me, great. If I like you and you like me, great. If I don't, then, it's just been such a trip. I tell you what. Happy full moon. We're changing things within. I love you guys. Bye.